Do you consider Deadpool the Green Lantern of good movies? What's Eva Mendes like?
I don't know.
What's Blake Lively like?
She's wonderful.
No. What's Blake Lively like?
You're a f***ing pig.
Right. Now, what made Deadpool so successful?
Well, it's a combination of things. I mean, you got the great director in Tim Miller. You have incredible writers in Rhett Reese.
I'm so bored right now, I don't even know if I'm peeing.
The internet was abuzz when rumors spread that Ryan Reynolds, the beloved Deadpool star, had been fired by Marvel. The speculation reached a fever pitch, with fans taking to social media to voice their disbelief and frustrations. After all, Ryan is a staple of the Marvel franchise, and his Deadpool is practically synonymous with the brand. But the big question that everyone was asking, was it true? Could Marvel really part ways with one of their biggest stars who had spent years carving out a unique niche in the superhero world? What made the rumor even more tantalizing was that Hugh Jackman, Ryan's longtime comedic rival and friend, was finally speaking out about it. Fans expected his comments to clarify everything, especially considering the ongoing jokes and banter between the two. For years, they've been the ultimate comedic duo, constantly poking fun at each other online and off. So when the news hit, people couldn't wait to hear if Hugh would confirm or deny the drama swirling around Ryan's potential firing. But here's the kicker. Marvel's usual practice is to keep things tightly under wraps. No major public shakeups without clear, verified reports. So why wasn't there an official statement from Marvel or Ryan himself? The rumor mill was spinning, and it wasn't slowing down. The tension built as fans dissected every snippet of information, desperately searching for any hint of truth. Could this be the end of Ryan's time in the Marvel Cinematic Universe? But here's where things take a turn. While many were eagerly waiting for Hugh's response, his silence was deafening, or so it seemed. Keep watching. It gets worse. When the rumors of Ryan Reynolds' firing from Marvel first emerged, fans were desperate to know what Hugh Jackman had to say. After all, their playful, public rivalry has been a fan favorite for years. Any word from Hugh could either crush or confirm the story, and everyone was on edge. But what did Hugh do? He stayed quiet, at least for a while. At first, his lack of comment on the matter seemed like an intentional avoidance. He wasn't addressing the issue, almost as if he was letting it fester. Some fans interpreted his silence as confirmation that something big was happening behind the scenes, a kind of silent endorsement of the rumor. But this wasn't Hugh's usual behavior. Typically, he's known for his graciousness in interviews and his lighthearted jabs at Ryan. So when a journalist finally confronted him about the swirling speculation surrounding Ryan's departure from Marvel, the way Hugh responded raised even more questions. According to those who were there, Hugh's demeanor was a mix of humor and mild exasperation. It was clear he found the rumor absurd, joking that the story grew bigger every time he heard it. This wasn't exactly a, "No, Ryan hasn't been fired" response, but it was enough for fans to start doubting the legitimacy of the rumor. Hugh's casual tone and comedic delivery made it seem as though there was no real drama at play, at least, not in the way the rumors suggested. Fans flooded social media, interpreting Hugh's comments in their own ways. Some took it as a full denial, others as him carefully walking around the topic to avoid damaging Marvel's image. But here's the twist. It doesn't end there. The true motive behind Hugh's cryptic remarks is about to be revealed. Keep watching. It gets crazier.
Now I find it hard to believe how well organized it was. It was chores written up. We had chore sheets. So 5 kids, 5 work days to the week. The weekends were a little different, but so once a week your job would be the dishwasher. Once a week would be dinner, so you cook dinner. Once a week would be the lunches.
As fans parsed Hugh Jackman's comments, they couldn't help but speculate. Was he really denying the rumors? Or was he simply playing it cool to avoid making any waves? The truth is, Hugh's carefully worded response didn't exactly shut down the firestorm. It just made the situation even murkier. For some, his lighthearted approach suggested that there was no substance to the rumors. After all, why would he seem so unconcerned if something major was truly going on? Marvel, a massive studio with deep ties to its stars, wouldn't just fire Ryan Reynolds without making a bigger public statement, right? But for others, there was a different take. The idea that Hugh was being evasive, careful not to officially confirm or deny anything, seemed like an intentional move. Could it be that Hugh was keeping quiet to avoid putting himself in a compromising position? Perhaps he didn't want to upset Marvel executives or risk alienating himself from a project that had been long in the works. After all, a major collaboration between Deadpool and Wolverine was looming, and Hugh's words could have an impact on the future of that partnership. Fans dug deeper into past interviews, searching for clues. They pointed to older statements where Hugh had alluded to how difficult it could be to meet fan expectations. Could this be a subtle reference to the stress of living up to the buzz surrounding Ryan's rumored departure from Marvel? Was Hugh trying to signal that the behind-the-scenes tension was more complex than anyone realized? But just when you think you've got it all figured out, the mystery takes another twist. What comes next is even more unexpected. It gets worse. Stay tuned. As the weeks passed, the rumor surrounding Ryan Reynolds' supposed firing from Marvel continued to gain traction, despite a lack of any official statement from the studio or Ryan himself. And this is where things get even more intriguing. Was the entire ordeal just an elaborate marketing stunt? Let's face it, the timing couldn't have been more perfect. Hugh Jackman's cryptic comments and the continued silence from Marvel set the stage for an almost perfect storm of speculation. But could this be all part of a calculated plan to keep the fans on their toes? Think about it. In today's world, where social media reigns supreme, nothing fuels hype like a little bit of mystery and drama. Fans love a good scandal, even if it's just a rumor. In fact, some have speculated that Marvel and Ryan's team might have been purposefully stoking the flames to generate buzz, and possibly even lead to a bigger, more shocking announcement down the road. What better way to keep fans glued to their screens than with a rumor of Ryan being kicked off the Marvel roster, only to later reveal that it was all a misunderstanding or a carefully orchestrated marketing ploy? This theory is supported by the fact that Ryan's social media activity didn't change. He didn't post any cryptic messages or show signs of a breakdown. Instead, he kept doing what he does best, posting hilarious updates and teasing fans with upcoming projects. The absence of any serious backlash or signs of distress led many to believe that the whole thing was just smoke and mirrors. Marvel and Ryan knew exactly what they were doing, keeping the fans guessing and fueling the hype machine for their upcoming projects. But just when you thought this might be some elaborate publicity stunt, another layer to the mystery is revealed. It's about to get even crazier. Keep watching.
Sundays was always Dad observed the Sabbath, so we had to go to Sunday school, and then we had Sunday lunch. It was very, very organised. And from age 8, I was doing my own washing, ironing my own clothes. I mean, I'm sure there's other kids who did it, but to me, it was normal.
As the rumor mill churned, one thing became crystal clear. Fans were divided. Some refused to believe that Marvel would ever cut ties with Ryan Reynolds. After all, his portrayal of Deadpool has been nothing short of iconic, bringing in massive box office numbers and earning him a devoted following. The thought of Marvel removing such a profitable and beloved character seemed implausible to many. They couldn't fathom Marvel parting ways with someone who had revitalized the Deadpool franchise and helped it integrate seamlessly into the larger superhero world. However, not all fans were so convinced. A vocal group began to speculate that Marvel was, in fact, moving in a different direction, possibly trying to bring Deadpool in line with its more family-friendly tone. Could Ryan's racy humor, which has become Deadpool's signature, be too much for the Marvel Cinematic Universe? Fans wondered if creative differences were the root of the problem, possibly leading to a rift between Ryan and the higher-ups at Marvel. As these thoughts gained traction, they turned the rumor from an isolated piece of gossip into something far more explosive. Then there were those who doubted the entire premise. Some fans were quick to remind everyone that this was not the first time Marvel had been hit with rumors of casting shakeups. After all, there had been instances in the past where major characters were recast or replaced for reasons ranging from scheduling conflicts to creative differences. But in those cases, there had always been some form of official announcement or credible sources reporting the details. In this instance, however, the rumor felt off. No major outlet had picked up the story, and there had been no official statement from either Marvel or Ryan. As fans continued to debate the possibility of Ryan's firing, Hugh Jackman remained the wild card in the situation. His comments, lighthearted and casual as they were, began to take on new meaning. Could he have been subtly deflecting attention from a brewing storm? Fans were on the edge of their seats, trying to piece together what Hugh's remarks really meant. What came next only added more layers to the already tangled story. But listen to this. It gets even more bizarre. Keep watching. Now let's talk about Marvel's role in all of this. The fact that there was no official word from the studio only added fuel to the fire. In the entertainment industry, when a rumor this big begins circulating, especially one involving one of their most prominent stars, fans expect clarity, but there was nothing. No denial, no confirmation, just silence. And that silence became its own story. In most cases, when a big name like Ryan Reynolds is supposedly let go from a major project, you'd expect an official statement from Marvel, right? It's standard procedure, yet there was nothing official coming from Marvel's end. Entertainment outlets, usually quick to pick up major casting shifts or controversies, remained quiet on the matter as well. The lack of coverage from trusted sources only added to the suspicion that this was a rumor without any real backing. After all, Marvel doesn't let things like this slide without addressing them if they were truly real. But here's the kicker.
Thinking back, for him, the travel must have been heaven. I mean, he must have gone on that plane and going, oh, yes. And we would all go and stay at our families. And I remember he would get a cardboard box because all of us used to eat a lot. Our Jackmans love eating. And so he would deliver us to the front door. And there would also be a cardboard box filled with breakfast cereals and milk and things like that.
The absence of an official response also led to growing uncertainty. Was Marvel keeping things under wraps for a bigger reveal, or was the rumor just a work of fiction in the first place? And if Marvel was so tight-lipped about it, did they have something to hide? The tension built as fans and media outlets alike waited, hoping for a statement to clear things up. But as days passed, it became clear that the story wasn't dying down. The silence only made things worse, or better, depending on how you looked at it. And then, just when things seemed to settle, an unexpected twist came in the form of new comments from none other than Ryan Reynolds himself. But hold on, this is where it takes a sharp turn. Wait for it. It gets crazier. Keep watching. Just when it seemed like the rumors surrounding Ryan Reynolds' firing from Marvel were starting to lose steam, something unexpected happened. Ryan Reynolds, known for his razor-sharp wit and social media savvy, finally broke his silence. Fans had been speculating about his next move, and sure enough, he delivered. But not in the way anyone had anticipated. Instead of confirming or denying anything directly, Ryan's response was playful, just as expected from someone who has built an entire career on comedic timing and clever jabs. His response, like Hugh's, was wrapped in humor, which only added more confusion to the already tangled story. If Ryan had truly been fired from Marvel, wouldn't his tone have been more somber, more serious? But no, Ryan continued to joke and tease as if nothing had changed. This playful denial further weakened the credibility of the rumor, leaving fans even more confused about the true nature of the situation. Was Ryan really out at Marvel? Or was this all just a massive misunderstanding? Or worse, a distraction created by the studio for some unknown reason? And now we come to the shocking realization. This entire ordeal may have been blown out of proportion from the start. Fans were left with more questions than answers. Marvel's silence, Hugh Jackman's casual dismissal, and Ryan's witty remarks all pointed to one conclusion. The rumor wasn't worth the hype. The story that once had fans on the edge of their seats now seemed like nothing more than a case of wild speculation in the age of social media. So what does this all mean? Well, it looks like Ryan Reynolds is not going anywhere, and fans can rest easy knowing that Deadpool's future with Marvel is still on track. As for Hugh Jackman, he continues to be the witty, playful star we all know and love, joking his way through rumors and leaving us with more questions than answers. In the end, the real lesson here is about the power of rumors in today's digital age and how quickly they can spiral out of control. For now, it looks like the Wolverine-Deadpool dream team is still alive, and we can only hope that the epic crossover we've all been waiting for is closer than ever. So there you have it, the rise and fall of a rumor that almost had us believing the impossible. Who knows what the future holds? But for now, Ryan and Hugh are still the best of friends, and their comedic chemistry will continue to be a fan favorite for years to come. Stay tuned for more twists, and remember, in the world of Hollywood, sometimes the only thing more unpredictable than a plot twist is the rumor mill itself.